50 episodes, but maybe I've been saving up these bars just for the 50th episode.
150 before, like, we were really doing, like...
This show was almost 50 bars and running, so I guess I had a little... Some remaining.
Did you just take credit for my thing? Just like MC Ren?
Yeah. Well, maybe we should have recorded the pre-show and called it 50 bars and running, and then went into the real show.
Nah, I feel like our I was gonna make a passion fruit joke, but never mind.
So one of the things that was my favorite part,
but that's my favorite,
or
part.
One of my favorite parts, was the what this podcast is like. I really like that because it's like it's pretty much like just sum up like what's this podcast like in a sentence, and it's usually always something random, but it's like it makes perfect sense. Like
it was radical too. Like some of the stuff I said off the top, off the top of my head. That's how I know I'm probably like gifted to like be an orator or an MC.
Which again, tying everything together, if you go through the titles, you'll learn a lot about what we're talking about what's going on during that week, just overall in the world. Yeah. It's pretty much like a chronological timeline of random topical culture and sports.
This podcast is like when you sit next to your friends in class, but the teachers don't know y'all friends, so y'all cheating off each other. And the one person on the other side of the room is hating because everybody in the club and they outside and they can't get in. And then they try to like call you out for cheating, but they get caught for cheating. And y'all all pass the class.
This podcast is kind of like finding a SoundCloud rapper that actually has like 100,000 followers, so you know that hey, he's not like a super sellout, but like he's not just some cult following dude who probably lives in his basement and doesn't do anything else besides rap.
You just described Black perfectly. Shout out to him for his Grammy nomination. You just described Black perfectly.
Okay, and now you're going in back to everyday struggles. So
am I culture vulturing?
Yeah, you are. You're culture vulturing.
I feel dirty. I don't know.
Barry Budden, which you've also gotten called.
I got called Kenneth Budden. My homegirl called me Kitty Budden after she read like all the stuff I wrote on Medium. She was like, yeah, you're Kitty Budden.
If anything, it's worth it to go through and listen to our podcast just to listen to some of the blasphemous stuff Barry has said. There may be a few lawsuits. There may be a few lawsuits coming at him.
I don't go that far.
There might be some things we're trolling about, some quotes in there. It's definitely worth it to go back to see who Kenneth has called out, who he slandered.
I've incorporated my mom.
Who he said low blows, things that are way too soon.
Sucker punches.
Which I've actually done all that too, so I can't really say.
Pete's done more that's way too soon stuff than I ever could, and it's pretty horrible.
I'm also a culture vulture.
Yeah. And you also you really think that Valley football players are better than inner city football players? I said
Southern section.
Bro, Southern section, what are we talking?
Southern section is not the Valley. Okay. Southern section will beat the Valley too. Southern section will take.
So Southern section is
again. Here's an example of a tangent, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's only because this is such a 50th episode. It's so meta right now. Just kind of letting you behind the scenes of like what really goes down.
Yeah.
Because as we're both journalism majors, we both have journalism portfolios. We both have interviewed important people, and even though we're young, we've definitely paid our dues. And
had dope internships.
It's just really just been a state of kind of where the whole entire industry is. If journalists have anything in common with musicians, it's hard to make money. And the odds are against you.
Raked over the coals. You will not get paid for your intellectual product. It'll last, but your true fan base will always stick with you.
So that's why we created the Touchdowns and Tangents brand on iTunes, SoundCloud,
Spreaker, Facebook, Twitter, Google Play,
iHeartRadio.
Yep. Trying to get it on Spotify.
YouTube.
Trying to get it on Spotify. We're working on YouTube. We might just put up audio and random photos. We don't know. Who knows?
Either way, especially with the state of ESPN firing 100 people.
150.
BuzzFeed firing 100 people.
Over half their staff.
After Time just got sold, so now they're going to be selling off some other magazines. And
the smaller name newspapers you were talking about that we saw on Twitter.
DNA, Info. So pretty much a lot of people have been calling it journalism Armageddon. And it's actually pretty crazy.
The bubble bursting.
When you really think about it, I don't really think it's a bubble bursting so much as it's just a culture shift. Like, journalism created Trump, and now Trump has pretty much declared a war on it, and he's winning.
I'm going to say journalism created Trump.
But they gave him a way bigger spotlight.
Well, the media does that.
And it ended up being the downfall.
But look at who owns media. Like, three people own like 98% of all media.
Exactly.
And a lot of messages get filtered down.
But now there's just too much. And so that's why it's so important to own your content. It's so important to create your own brands. And, like, as much as it's great to be on these legacy things, it's like you got to learn to own your own hustle. It's like,
yeah,
can't always get a record deal.
Sometimes you got to go alone.
Shout out to Nipsey Hussle.
Yep.
Even though he signed a deal.
A partnering deal.
Yeah, so
I'm
sure
he's not some chance.
Sure, it's all money in. So
that was a Nipsey Hussle shot. You can't go back to LA.
Why?
That was kind of a shot at Nipsey Hussle.
Why was that a shot at Nipsey? That was a shout out to All Money In. That's his label. I got nothing but respect for Nipsey. I've always liked Nipsey.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
Yeah, man, I ain't stupid.
See, there you go. I was playing the uneducated Nipsey Hussle fan, even though I'm a huge Nipsey Hussle fan. So I don't. Some of y'all don't know who Nipsey Hussle is or what Pete just said. So now you know. See, we give you cultural content, topical, tangent.
We give you things you don't always hear every day. We give you takes you've never heard before. We predict stuff. We get lots of stuff wrong.
No, we get a lot of stuff right, actually.
But we do get a lot of stuff wrong too.
Shoot your shot.
And but that is what it is. So let's go ahead and jump into some actual football, since this is a football show. Since we do watch football, since we've played football,
I don't even watch
since we've
football
coached
like that
it.
anymore.
You watch college football?
I watch that shit all day at work.
Yeah,
just not pro football anymore.
And you still watch pro football? You're lying. You watch pro football.
If there's nothing on, my mom wants.
You watch at least like 1 or 2 games a week.
Not all the way through.
Yeah.
I watch like maybe 5 minutes of a game, and that's because it's on, and I look at highlights.
You're lying.
I don't watch games all the way through.
Yeah, you watch a lot of highlights too. You actually watch a lot of highlights. I
watch more highlights. Yeah. I watch games worth of highlights from all over the place. But yeah, we've coached a lot. I've played it. Have the injuries to prove it. And the horrible pain in my knee to prove it. And ankles. Yeah, being an offensive lineman kind of sucks.
So, let's jump into it. As I said earlier, we have X's and O's. We have topical stuff going on. But we usually like to put it into a game format. It's usually called touchdowns or turnovers. And Kenneth usually loses and goes off topic and just messes the whole thing up. So
we're changing the format.
And seeing as it's, half of 100.
I endured. I won this fight.
We're at the 50-yard line.
Fist fights at the 50.
Crabtree and Talib. In case you've been living under a rock.
Michael Crabtree and Talib hate each other. The next move is that they either fight in a Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania or they kill each other. Because that's really the only way it's going to get solved.
Chris Harris Jr. and Amari Cooper is going to stand outside.
Chris Harris
slap
snitched.
boxing.
Yeah. Just playfully slapping one another. And it'll turn into hair getting pulled. Because those guys aren't really fighting like that. Chris Harris more just wants to intercept.
A snitch.
Yeah, he would just more just want to intercept Derek Carr's passes again by cheating in the flat. But whatever, that's a coverage terminology. But anyway,
Because you don't watch games.
I know football.
I'm mad you're downplaying how much you watch games.
I don't watch full games.
I'm mad.
I don't, bro.
I'm mad.
I watch highlights.
You watch more games than me.
I watch a replay. Dude, I only watch.
You be like,
and then they be talking trash.
You watch games, bro.
I mean, breakfast or
You be watching games.
I be at the gym and the game is on. That don't count. And that's like one game a week.
You watch, though.
Bottom line is, they're 2-game suspension for pretty much beating the hell out of each other all over the field in Oakland. Got dropped down to 1 game because A.J. Green and Jalen Ramsey never got suspended at all. And they should have definitely been suspended. But those 2 got suspended for punching each other and damn near trying to kill each other. And
okay, Kenny. So we all know the damn story. So tell us.
It was just
Kenny, is it a touchdown, or is it something worth taking a tangent on? You gonna give me a take, or you gonna give me a tangent? I guess
I'm just gonna give you a take because the tangent, it's not worth the tangent. They hate each other. They will fight again. It's inevitable, and someone's gonna get severely hurt because they're gonna fight again. It's real. They're gonna fight again. That's my take.
Honestly, I don't think they're going to fight again because they're probably not going to see each other again until next season. So I think
somebody's getting cut or retiring.
Everyone's going to get cut or something's going to happen. Okay, next topic. Let's keep it rapid fire because, that's actually what it's supposed to be.
Aren't I supposed to ask since you asked?
Go ahead.
Okay. Let me do the Miss Piggy. No, I can't do it right now. Hermie? Yeah, Herm Edwards is the new head coach at Arizona State. So I got one question.
I'm glad you just did that.
Hermie, you got it. You're smart.
That was weak.
Boo. No, it wasn't.
Boo this man.
Boo
this man.
You're trash for doing that. Oh, instead of boo, you shot me. Thanks. Wow, you're real mature. Anyway.
I was going to say something messed up, but I don't think it's appropriate considering the...
Because you're not a racist?
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Joyner Lucas.
You almost forgot who he was. You're terrible.
Because I'm a culture vulture. We went over this. I heard one video today, and now I'm listening to it.
So I'm assuming you're just going to go on a tangent and then make your take or tangent. Herm Edwards turns around Arizona State.
I'm going to give you a take, and I'm going to take the turnover route. And here's why. Herm Edwards is a respectable football mind, but I don't necessarily think he's someone that 18 and 19-year-olds want to relate to.
So that, 65-year-old gospel deacon that you don't want to hear from?
Exactly. I don't think...
Kyle Baird.
I don't think he's going to get the 4 and 5 star guys there. I think it's going to, especially because that program is, once again, they get a lot of Southern section kids. They get a lot of 3 and 4 star kids that get overlooked by the USCs and the UCLA, or they just don't have enough, scholarships. So those they're more the blue collar guys, which I think Herm can appeal to, but I think he's also just an older cat. So I don't know. So
you don't think his brand of charisma?
I think the biggest thing that's gonna work for him.
I compare him to Harbaugh as far as charisma.
I think the biggest thing is he's just gonna have to get the kids buying into his NFL connections. Because he was in the media, I'm sure he knows plenty of execs. I'm sure he knows scouts.
It'll be a tightly disciplined team, I can tell you that much.
And so it's really going to come down to Herm's way, and if you do it the right way and you buy in, he's going to help you out. But if you don't like what he's saying, you're not going to like LSU.
There's the door.
So... which is pretty much completely opposite of the culture ASU's had.
Todd Graham, honestly,
and it's a party school.
Deal. In my opinion, Todd Graham got a raw deal.
Okay, so Tennessee, everyone's favorite